Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at the fabulous Norfolk Premier Golf testing wedges. We've got three of the most popular wedges on the market. We've got the Sm10, the Vokey designed wedge from Titleist. We've got the Callaway Opus Wedge, and we've got Ping's S159 Wedge. Let's see how we get on. So this is the Sm10 from Vokey. It's Titleist, but it's a Vokey designed wedge. We've got 54 degrees of loft, 10 degrees of bounce with an S grind on this one. So the bounce is the angle from the leading edge through to the trail edge here. Different bounces give you different types of versatility and playability, and the grind is how this is cut away around the sole of the club here. Again, different players, different turf types require a different type of bounce and grind. Playing around with these and experimenting with these will help you become a better wedge player. It's the Callaway Opus. It's the latest wedges from Callaway. They've come out this year, 2024. We've got 54 degrees of loft on this one, 12 degrees of bounce with an S grind. So 12 degrees of bounce is the angle from the leading edge to the trail edge, and the grind is the way the sole is cut away and configured. Different types of bounces and grinds give you the ability to play different shots around the golf course, and Callaway have really stepped it up this year with the range of bounces and grinds they've got in these new wedges. This is the Ping S159 Wedge. Again, the latest wedges from Ping out this year, 2024. This one's got 54 degrees of loft, 12 degrees of bounce and an S grind. So the bounce is the number from the leading edge to the back end, the angle that sits at, and the grind is the way the sole is cut away. Playing around with these, experimenting with these, finding the way you want to play golf shots will really help. So we're going to start with the Sm10. We've got 6 golf balls, 54 degrees of loft on the wedge here. Got a 25-yard shot out to the flag. Just going to play around with some different shots, play around with different opening the face, different bounce, use of the bounce and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of see what it feels like. Felt nice. That was just a stock shot there with that one. Just chipped up quite nicely. Going to try and hit one in a little bit lower now, see what that does. It was nice. That one came in a little bit lower. Felt a little bit just like the face was just turning over through the ball there. Trying to give myself a nice lie, make it a little bit easier for myself. Right, this one we're going to go in a little bit higher. That's got up on me a little bit. That's just popped up a little bit there. Didn't really fly off the face very nicely, but I think that was more to do with me. So we're going to try that one again. Oh, fat. Wow, fat at that one. The advantage, guys, of having plenty of bounces, if you get that fat, you still get away with it. So I hit an awful golf shot there, but I've still got a putt up the hill to save my par and to get up and down. If I didn't have any bounce, that would have just stuck in the ground and ended up a foot or so away from me. So nice. So the Sm10 grips quite well. Ability to be able to shape it, move it in a bit lower. That low one I hit, that I just hit a little draw up the hill, was really, really nice. Nice feel. I like how it feels quite soft off the face, and you've just got the ability to move the ball around a little bit, play around with the flight, play around with the spin control. Decent wedge. So next up, we're going to use the Callaway Opus Wedge. 54 degrees again, a little bit more bounce than the Vokey. This one's got 12 degrees of bounce. Again, we're just going to play around with some different shots, some different flights, see how it works out for us. Oh, that one's come off really soft. Better. It feels a little bit harder than the Titleist Wedge, feels a little bit more firm. That one's come off quite nicely though. I'm going to try and see if we can manoeuvre one in a little bit lower now, see if that happens. Just try to grab, didn't quite grab that one, but the ability to shape it in low was really nice. See if we can put one up in the air a little bit, fly it in a little bit higher. That was nice. So moving that one up a little bit higher works really nicely. Stopped quite nicely as well. Oh. Usual thin. Nice, so that's the Callaway wedge, guys, the Opus Wedge from Callaway. 6 shots in there again, different flights, different trajectories, different types of spin. Overall, I think this feels quite firm off the club face. I think that ability to be able to hit one low or hit one high is there, as you've got with most wedges. But I found this a little bit inconsistent in terms of the ball flight, in terms of the way it came out. Now, we've got a small sample there. We've only hit 6 golf balls, but that was my experience. But it feels quite firm. So if you like a wedge that's firm, the Callaway Opus is the one for you. So the final wedge we're going to test today is the Ping S159. Again, 54 degrees, 12 degrees of bounce on this one with an S grind. The last couple of tests, I've had one that's come off a little bit thin, so I've caught the ball halfway up the ball and just scolded it across. More to do with operator error, but let's see if we can avoid that this time. So we've got the same sample, we've got 6 golf balls, 25-yard shot into this hole at Norfolk Premier Golf. This is the 9th hole, beautiful little par 3. And we're going to play around with some different little shots again. Nice, that one's come up a little bit short, but it felt really nice off the face. Nice control again. Good thing about all of these wedges is they do spin nicely when you hit them. So again, another example, guys, of when you fat one, that bounce really works for you. Had I had no bounce, the leading edge would have just dug in. And actually with these wedges, with the right level of bounce on them, you can actually catch them an inch or 2 behind the ball and it will still work out really nicely for you. So we're going to go in a bit lower on this one. Oh, that's so close. That nearly went in, that one. Hopped over the hole. I've got a tricky little putt downhill for my par though, but hopped it over the hole. Try and put one in a little bit higher. This Ping's a nice looking wedge. Feels quite nice off the face as well. Oh, that's just popped up. That one's just popped up on me. Try again. And try that high one again. That was better. That was nicer. Okay, one more, final ball. Give ourselves a nice lie, nice and tight. The fairways here at MPG, nice and tight. Again, another one we fatted that's come up a little bit short. So the Ping wedge, it kind of again feels a little bit firm, but I like the fact we were able to throw it up there if we wanted to, hit one in a little bit lower. Nice amounts of spin. It felt like a stock shot went a little bit higher than some of the other wedges, particularly with the Titleist wedge. So the Titleist Sm10 comes off a little bit lower than this one, but still a decent wedge. It spins nice, feels nicely, gives you nice amounts of versatility and a bit more consistent off the face. Guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, click the like button. Remember to turn on the notifications. Subscribe to the channel, allows me to create some more great content for you to review. So guys, just to conclude, we've had the 3 wedges out today. We've had the Ping S159, we've had the Callaway Opus Wedge, and we've had the Titleist Sm10. From my perspective, the Titleist comes in a little bit lower, nice and consistent off the face. It's got a really nice soft feel for it. Really, really good wedge. The Callaway Opus feels a little bit firmer, but still gives you the ability to maneuver the ball around. Nice, good amounts of spin when you catch it. And it feels nice, just a little bit firm. The Ping S159 kind of sits in the middle of those for me. It doesn't feel quite as soft as the Titleist, but it doesn't feel quite as firm as the Ping. These are all great wedges, guys, don't forget that. So for me, get down to your local pro shop, play around with different wedges, play around with different bounces and grinds, but you won't go far wrong with any of these. But just remember, from my perspective, and it's purely my perspective, the Titleist feels a bit softer, the Callaway is the slightly harder one, and the Ping just sits in the middle. I've used all of these with the Titleist Pro V1 ball today. So just again, base it on what ball you use. I personally have the Sm10s. The Titleist Sm10s would go in my bag because I think they're the most versatile, most suitable wedge for my game. But these are all good wedges, guys.